What do you got there?
Smallmouth.
Oneida Lake.
Yeah, I did.
Starting to feed.
Bass.
They're starting to feed. They're starting to feed now.
After bass. After bass. After bass.
I thought it was coming in a boat.
After bass. After bass. After bass.
It just, it doesn't get better.
You want to catch? Come to Lake Oneida. Like that.
Backwoods Angler TV, your freshwater fishing authority for the northeastern United States.
Lake Oneida smallmouth. That fish is dogging me into that grass too now.
Look at the colors on it, Blaine.
Tell you what.
Just look at the colors on it. Man, you can't beat that.
That is a typical Lake Oneida smallmouth bass. That is just a, you can't give me enough of them, man.
Beautiful fish, Blaine.
Today on the Backwoods Angler, that's what our target is right there. Go back home, baby.
That's a good fish.
It's a largemouth. Green fish. That's a nice largemouth. Yeah, same size. Same size. That was on the white one. That's another largemouth. This lake is known for its smallies. I don't think those largemouth get the billing they deserve up here. There's a lot of them. Same as the last one. Now, from what I understand, it's a 3 or 4 to 1 ratio, smallies to largemouth, but my ratio tonight is 2 largemouths to a smallie. So,
I think your ratio is a little less scientific.
I only know my ratio. My ratio is realistic at this point, though. Their ratio is based on electroshock.
Yeah.
Mine's based on what's hitting my line.
I don't know if I'd quite say that's scientific enough.
I've never been called a scientist. If you would be able to see what we're catching these fish on, there's little breaks in the grass patches, but there's real thick, mossy grass here, and the bass are coming out of these little holes in this grass, and there's a rocky, gravelly kind of bottom underneath there, and they're coming up and they're grabbing these baits. That is too cool. Look at it. Falls right down into the crevices of that grass. Seems like these fish are starting to come in with company.
Yeah.
You know? Largemouth.
Largemouth.
Well, that one fooled me. I thought when you laid into that one, just by
it was down the grass.
It was down the grass. That's exactly what it was. He was in the grass.
Down the grass. Still not a bad fish.
I'm telling you, man. You're getting smallies and largies and the same stuff.
Holy cow. Decent fish. Big largie, I think. It's a cow of a largie. Largemouth, what are you doing out here in the rocks? You're lost.
He is lost.
You, my friend, are lost. Every one of them's the same size. Every one of them.
Same size.
Oh my goodness.
Coming up on Backwoods Angler TV.
They're starting to feed. They're starting to feed, man.
Oh boy!
How did you sit down? What else can I say?
For 5 years now, the folks at Sportsman's Table have been dedicated to helping families make the most of their outdoor harvest. active outdoorsmen will love the quality and selection found at sportsmanstable.com. Products include butchering supplies, seasonings and marinades, wildlife pottery, and rustic table decor. Whether for you or a unique gift for a family member or friend, Sportsman's Table has a lot to offer dinner tables all over America. www.sportsmanstable.com.
Backwoods Angler TV, brought to you by
Interstate Batteries,
Gamma molecularly altered fishing lines.
BioEdge Fish Attractants,
Ace Recreational Marine Insurance. Vinterbaits Custom Lures. Quality, durability, affordability.
River Pro Boats, custom-built jet boats for the serious river fishermen. And
www.sportsmanstable.com.
Backwoods Angler TV on Oneida Lake. My first trip to Oneida, and it hasn't disappointed.
Just get a pop.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Did you see what I said? It was a guy.
Oh, that's a pig. That's an absolute freaking pig.
Cool.
That's a pig. Get out of that grass. And they seem to all be bigger fish. Gosh, that's a pig. Because the fish are feeding on crawdads, so they're really,
No matter what you do.
when that bites on, they're voracious. This is a
Gotta be
really
my
big
rod.
fish.
Nice fish, Blaine.
It's a good bass.
There you go. That's still a good bass. I mean,
Probably a 17-inch fish though, or 18 maybe. When I saw that fish come out of the water, I gave that fish 22. I haven't had this good a smallmouth fishing very often in my life, and I've done a lot of it.
I thought it was coming in a boat. How many years have I asked you to come up here? How many years? How many years have I asked you to come up here? How many years?
And this is known as a walleye fishery too. That's the crazy thing about this. This place is known as a walleye fishery.
And it's not hard fishing. You know what I mean? It's not like it's difficult fishing. It's pretty fairly easy.
It's not difficult fishing at all right now.
It's more like catching. Let's go catching.
You know how many times I hear that line on my boat? That's why they call it fishing and not catching. I hear that line all too often on my boat now that I think about it.
I prefer catching.
Yeah. You want to catch, come to Lake Oneida. Like that. Like that. Oh, yeah. Good smallie. Good smallie.
Believe me, I like walleye, but I don't, it was $7 for a real nice fish dinner today, you know, in the area. And this is a lot more fun than $7.
Are you kidding me?
I'll pay $7 to let someone else clean the
I hear
fish.
you. I absolutely hear you. What's our depth here? 8, 5.
Oh. That thing just crushed it, and I hit him, and I felt him coming out of his mouth. Here he is, 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 here he is.
Oh, I missed mine. Have that. I mean, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No, he's not gonna.
Smash him. I'm telling you, are you kidding me?
That's all that fish was.
Are you kidding me?
Now, how much do you weigh, Blaine? Don't tell the girls.
You know, we should weigh one of these just for a reference.
You should. Somebody should have brought their scale.
That's at least 3 1/4.
Oh yeah.
3 1/2. You gotta give that one 3 1/2. That was nuts. That was nuts. That fish was nuts.
It wore me out. Smallie. Look at the big one behind it.
They feel so much bigger. They're starting to feed. They're starting to feed. They're starting to feed, man. Good fish.
You know what? But everyone's the same size. I swear it's the same fish.
For just coming out of a spawn, they're out on these intermediate depth flats. For just coming out of spawn, I don't know if I've seen fish that heavy anywhere. I mean, you catch female bass just out of a spawn, and they're usually pretty skinny.
No, I think so, is it? Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, it's just everywhere.
Just ripped just blowing out of it. It's just coming out of them like crazy.
That's a
Good
better fish.
That's a nice fish. That's a good bass.
Is what we came for.
That's a good bass.
Actually came for walleye.
Well, some of you might have.
That's not a bad fish, man.
It's a good fish. There are a lot more of those to come.
It's a good 18, right?
Man, oh man, oh man, that's an 18-inch fish. And a wide 18-inch fish.
Beauty. Absolutely beauty. Come on, honey. Go back.
Wow.
Go back.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook for daily fishing reports.
River fish live in nasty places.
The River Pro 186 Low Pro is the ultimate shallow water fishing machine.
Agile, aggressive, and armed to the teeth with all the angling ammo you'll ever need. With the Mercury Sport Jet, you'll fly over just inches of water, places no ordinary boat could go. River Pro, hard-bellied, all-welded, custom-built jet boats for the serious river fishermen like you.
Need a better battery? Get the one preferred by Autotex 5-to-1 over any other. Interstate batteries. Outrageously dependable.
Good fish, huh?
That's an absolute toad right there. If that's a smallmouth, I don't know if that's a These fish are pushing crawdads. They're down there eating crayfish because almost every fish that we catch that has a very fat belly is puking up at least one or two of these. About that size. They're almost cookie cutter crawdads.
It's a smallmouth. One more time. Look at that fish.
I needed that fish, man.
That's a good 17 and a half.
Look at where he's hooked. Barely, and I didn't have any margin for error there. There wasn't a 1/16 of an inch between the hook and daylight. That is just such a fat fish. That fish puked up 2 crawdads as I was bringing it in. Look at the size of him. That's a crawdad belly. That is a heavy, heavy smallmouth. Very, very heavy smallmouth.
Tube or? Yeah, tube.
That's a tube, yeah. Good night, baby.
Nice fish, Blaine. Gorgeous fish.
I needed that fish, boy. I had missed about 10 or 12 fish tonight. Boy, oh boy, did I need that fish. Starting to doubt my prowess.
Nice fish, Blaine.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm finally contributing. See that crawfish's color there. This is a green pumpkin red flake, and that's got all that beautiful green pumpkin color there. This tube has a little purple. That's why those tubes work so well. A lot of the crayfish they were spitting up were bigger than that. That's just one we found in the bottom of the boat here. Right, oh! He was running right at me. Right at me.
Doing that magic line again.
I didn't feel. Rusty crawdads they have in this lake. And the fish absolutely prefer them. They'll eat anything. Smallies are opportunistic, but you put a lobster in front of them, lobster dinner. It's like if it's free, would you rather have haddock or lobster? That's the way I look at that, and they prefer that lobster. They like a crawdad.
They're a dog. Even the small ones are just.
That's another good one. You're so freaking strong. There goes the crawdad. There he went. that's very important when there's a breeze blowing to keep in contact with your line when you're tube fishing, because when smallmouth are feeding the way these smallmouth are, you don't have a whole lot of time to set the hook before they'll swallow it. Be very, very quick. Good, sensitive graphite rods. If you really have a hard time feeling a bite, use fluorocarbon because you're going to be more sensitive. You're going to feel the bites a lot more readily. Anything that'll give you an advantage to avoid a fish just grabbing that thing and getting gut hooked, that is going to save a lot of bass. Every fish is throwing up crayfish, every one of them. Chris had like a 3 or 4 fish run there, and every one, I mean, they were, parts are coming out. And
here's one. That first 2.5, 3 jumps, man, I'm telling you what.
Kidding me. Gosh, are you kidding me? They're on that little frenzy that they went on yesterday. These are good fish.
I just absolutely love them.
These fish are nasty right now, too.
What you got, Blaine?
It's a big fish. When I first saw that fish jump, I thought that was a 20-inch fish, and it fought like a 20-inch fish. That's a good fish. Absolutely fantastic. Just awesome. Awesome. This is wonderful. Whew. I thought that fish was 5 inches bigger than that. I'm telling you. Whew. Lake Oneida. Home of the walleye. Oh my gosh. Please. Oh, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
See that? He came right back for it.
When it comes to fishing, there's a fine line between failure and success. There's a fine line between winning and losing. There's a fine line between the trophy and just another fish story. That line is gamma. Gamma, molecularly altered fishing line.
That was awesome.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Too cool.
That was awesome.
Man, that was cool. I was just, my cameraman just said, I think they're gonna eat topwater. That fish hit it on the surface, hard. That's. I got my pliers right behind you.
It's not, it isn't that.
Oh my gosh. Can't take it. Look at that beautiful fish. Wow. Are you telling me? Are you telling me? I mean.
Finishing the day off on top water, it just, it doesn't get better.
There's 2 grown 40-plus-year-old men up here tapping each other on the shoulders. Just, oh, did you see that? Awesome.
What a grand fish.
Awesome.
What a grand
Absolutely wonderful. See, when I said earlier that they might eat topwater, the main reason why I said it is because I just saw the wind laying down. And usually, yeah, and you have, the light gets lower as the sun goes down, and we have some light cloud cover coming in right now. That's a prime situation for topwater. Plus we got post-spawn fish, we got feeding fish. Feeding fish is always a help too for topwater. Even though they're eating crawdads out here, they're still, once you get feeding fish, and they're gonna come in shallow to pick crawdads, we're only sitting in 5 feet of water right now. They'll look up on a topwater, we're in 5 feet of water. that was the main deal there. We had a wind blowing a good part of the day, and when that wind started to die down and we started getting some clouds, my first thought was surface bite later. And we're getting one. Baby. Topwater smallmouth, that's what they're coming up for right there. Right there. Those little bugs. What a pretty bass. I'm telling you. Boy, we had our fill of them fish today, didn't we?
Pop, 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 woo! Feel the net, baby.
Oh boy! What a way to end the day. Look at the toad, huh? I was just saying maybe we should move.
Look how fat it
She's
is.
pretty. She is pretty.
Can you see it? You see how fat it is?
Look at how beautiful. She's just too pretty.
Blaine,
What a day.
what do you think of Lake Oneida?
I think we should come back and do this again tomorrow. What do you think?
That's a good idea. I think that's a good idea.
It might be out further. Huh?
What do you think?
Do you think, he says.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh. That's a dog right there, man. That is a bulldog of a fish. I'm telling you, man. Woo! Get me wet, baby. She's going the wrong way. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I can't take it. Lake Oneida smallmouth bass. Woo! I'll tell you what. Chris Gorsuch, our guide for today. This was all right, wasn't it?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Man, I'm telling you. Do you want to do this again sometime? What do you think? Do I have to twist your arm?
Yeah. Let's
How
do it
about
again.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow is perfect.
Go to backwoodsanglertv.com for more information, tips, tactics. What else can I say? I'm Blaine Mengel, good fishing. I might just stay right here for a minute. Good stuff. That's my cell. We missed him. Come on!
Cut. What was that?
Did you see the size of that? That was huge.
Is it a carp?
That fish was right on that ground.
That has to be a carp.
You shoot a whole season up here.
What was that?
It was a fish!
Do you own an outboard jet motor? Backwoods Angler TV's new DVD, 30-minute PM Outboard Jet Preventative Maintenance, is sure to save you money from repairs, and it will keep you on the water and on the fish.